The science of Kriya Yoga. Detailed explanation. Spinal energy forms the foundation of all Kriya Yoga practices. Pranayama mastery developed through specific breathing techniques. Energy circulation through Ida and Pingala channels balances the nervous system. Sushumna activation opens central channel for spiritual awakening. Kundalini ascension guided safely through specific Kriya techniques. Chakra awakening proceeds systematically from base to crown. Cerebral development activated through energy directed to higher centers. Spiritual eye perception develops through concentration at Ajna chakra. Medulla oblongata recognized as point of astral entry and exit. Energy transmutation transforms sexual energy into spiritual force. Hong Sao technique stills the breath and calms the mind. AUM vibration perceived through specific inner listening practices. Inner sound progressively reveals cosmic vibration underlying creation. Yogic magnetism developed through conservation of vital force. Astral awareness awakened through specific Kriya practices. Dream consciousness transformed through yogic sleep techniques. Divine perception developed through systematic spiritual practice. Scientific approach correlates ancient wisdom with modern understanding. Accelerated evolution compresses centuries of development into decades. Physical rejuvenation occurs naturally through proper energy circulation. Mental clarification removes subconscious blocks and limitations. Emotional purification transmutes negative emotions into divine love. Karmic resolution accelerated through energetic transformation. Spiritual intuition awakened through regular Kriya practice. Divine communion experienced directly through advanced meditation. Liberation technique offering freedom from karmic cycles. Systematic progression through clearly defined stages of spiritual development. Perfect balance of physical health, mental clarity, and spiritual awareness. Comprehensive system addressing all aspects of human evolution. Practical application for daily living alongside spiritual development. Universal spirituality, the core teachings. Direct experience of divine consciousness as the birthright of every soul. Religious harmony based on recognition of universal spiritual principles. Scientific foundation of spiritual practices demonstrable through experience. Meditation practice as the royal road to self-realization. Inner communion with God through specific yogic techniques. Divine relationship with God as both impersonal and personal. Spiritual pragmatism focusing on what works rather than theory. Balanced development of heart, mind, and soul through integrated practices. Self-effort combined with divine grace as dual aspects of spiritual progress. Guru-disciple relationship as accelerator of spiritual development. Universal love as the natural expression of expanding consciousness. Spiritual community providing support for individual practice. Daily discipline as essential foundation for spiritual progress. Yogic lifestyle supporting deeper spiritual realizations. Vegetarian diet promoting clarity of mind and spiritual sensitivity. Service orientation as expression of evolving divine awareness. Spiritual study balanced with meditation practice. Devotional worship complementing scientific meditation techniques. Intuitive guidance developing naturally through spiritual practice. Balanced integration of Eastern wisdom and Western efficiency. Practical spirituality applicable to everyday modern life. Physical well-being as foundation for higher spiritual development. Psychological wholeness emerging through spiritual practice. Divine perception of God's presence in all beings and circumstances. Universal brotherhood as natural expression of spiritual understanding. Inner peace attained through specific meditation techniques. Divine joy as natural state of expanded consciousness. Self-realization as direct experience rather than intellectual concept. Spiritual empowerment through specific yogic techniques and practices. Divine communion accessible to all sincere seekers regardless of background. Enduring impact, global spiritual awakening. Worldwide organization continues expanding decades after founder's passing. Millions inspired by Yogananda's autobiography across 6 continents. Spiritual classic translated into over 50 languages. Scientific validation of yogic practices through modern research studies. Meditation. Mainstream acceptance largely influenced by Yogananda's pioneering work. Eastern wisdom successfully transplanted to Western soil. Organizational stability maintained through careful adherence to founder's instructions. Spiritual lineage preserved through monastic order and lay disciples. Temple construction continues worldwide according to Master's vision. Retreat centers provide environments for deeper spiritual practice. Publication expansion brings teachings to new generations and cultures. Educational programs introduce yogic principles to students of all ages. Interfaith dialogue promotes universal understanding across religious boundaries. Scientific collaboration explores consciousness research based on yogic principles. Spiritual communities provide living examples of yogic principles in action. Volunteer service extends organizations' reach through selfless dedication. Digital presence adapts ancient teachings for contemporary platforms. Global network of centers and groups spans all inhabited continents. Cultural acceptance of meditation practices in education, healthcare, and business. Spiritual seekers from all faiths find common ground through yogic science. Religious leaders increasingly recognize complementary nature of yogic practices. Scientific researchers document physical and psychological benefits of meditation. Medical adoption of yogic techniques for health and healing applications. Educational implementation of concentration and relaxation techniques. Corporate recognition of meditation benefits for employee well-being. Military application of yogic techniques for stress management and resilience. Athletic enhancement through yogic concentration and breathing practices. Psychological integration of yogic wisdom into therapeutic approaches. Consciousness research influenced by yogic understanding of mind. Popular awareness of meditation benefits reaches unprecedented levels. Personal transformation. The practitioner's journey. Individual practice forms the foundation of all spiritual progress. Daily meditation establishes the rhythm of spiritual unfoldment. Energization exercises prepare the body for deeper spiritual experience. Concentration development through systematic training of attention. Mental clarity emerges through regular meditation practice. Emotional balance develops naturally through spiritual discipline. Intuitive awakening occurs gradually through consistent practice. Divine communion experienced in progressive stages of depth. Physical rejuvenation noticed as subtle energy begins flowing properly. Psychological healing of subconscious patterns and traumas. Habitual transformation as unproductive patterns fall away naturally. Spiritual magnetism develops through conservation of vital energy. Creative enhancement. As intuition supplements intellectual activity. Creative enhancement as intuition supplements intellectual activity. Relationship improvement through greater patience and understanding. Inner guidance increasingly available for daily decisions. Spiritual perception developing gradually through regular practice. Divine protection experienced during challenging life circumstances. Synchronistic events occurring with increasing frequency. Dream consciousness. Transformation through yogic sleep techniques. Spiritual awakening unfolding in natural stages of development. Kundalini stirring felt as subtle energy movements in meditation. Chakra activation experienced as expanding awareness in specific centers. Spiritual eye perception. Developing through concentration practice. Inner sound gradually perceived through specific listening techniques. Divine vibration felt throughout the body during deeper meditation. Cosmic consciousness glimpsed in profound meditation experiences. Selfless service naturally emerging from expanding awareness. Devotional awakening expressed through heartfelt prayer and chanting. Spiritual community supporting individual practice and development. Divine relationship deepening through daily communion. Personal discipline, strengthening through consistent practice. Joy discovery as inner happiness replaces external seeking. Peace attainment, independent of external circumstances. Mental mastery developed through meditation and concentration. Physical harmony established through yogic lifestyle and practices. Emotional freedom from reactive patterns of the past. Divine love awakening as the heart opens through practice. Self-understanding. Deepening through inner observation. Purpose clarity, emerging through spiritual alignment. Karmic resolution accelerating through spiritual practice. Habit transformation as awareness illuminates unconscious patterns. Spiritual lineage, the masters of Kriya Yoga. Mahavatar Babaji, immortal master. Maintaining physical form for centuries. Himalayan presence maintained to oversee spiritual evolution of humanity. Ancient wisdom preserved through direct transmission to worthy disciples. Cosmic responsibility for revival of Kriya Yoga in modern era. Divine manifestation appearing and disappearing at will. Youthful appearance maintained despite centuries of physical existence. Spiritual omnipresence contacting disciples worldwide simultaneously. Lahiri Mahasaya, first modern recipient of revived Kriya technique. Householder yogi demonstrating spiritual attainment within family life. Government accountant by profession, spiritual master by attainment. Miraculous abilities demonstrated rarely but conclusively. Spiritual magnetism attracting sincere seekers from all backgrounds. Divine communion maintained continuously despite worldly responsibilities. Yogic liberation achieved while fulfilling all family duties. Spiritual equality taught by accepting disciples regardless of caste. Prophetic vision, foreseeing future spread of Kriya Yoga globally. Sri Yukteswar Giri, renowned astrologer and spiritual astronomer. Yogic discipline maintained with unwavering commitment. Intellectual brilliance complementing spiritual attainment. Strict guidance provided to disciples for maximum growth. Precise instruction in yoga combining scientific and spiritual understanding. Astrological mastery correlating cosmic forces with human development. Sacred text, the holy science revealing unity of all religions. Divine authorization to train Yogananda for Western mission. Spiritual omniscience regarding all matters concerning disciples. Perfect guidance tailored to individual needs and capacities. Paramahansa Yogananda bridge between Eastern wisdom and Western receptivity. Spiritual ambassador carrying ancient science to modern world. Perfect vessel for transmission of yogic knowledge to West. Divine mission fulfilled with unwavering dedication. Spiritual magnetism attracting thousands to the path of self-realization. Organization founder, establishing vehicle for perpetuating the teachings. Kriya disseminator adapting ancient practices for modern application. Awakened master demonstrating highest spiritual attainment. Perfect balance of devotion and discriminative wisdom. Spiritual lineage preserved through careful selection and training of disciples. Divine channel for transmission of yogic energy and knowledge. Scientific aspects. Yoga meets modern understanding. Neurological correlation between meditation practices and brain function. Parasympathetic activation through specific yogic breathing techniques. Brainwave alteration measured during various states of meditation. Alpha wave increase during preliminary concentration practices. Theta state achieved in deeper meditative absorption. Gamma coherence measured in advanced meditation practitioners. Stress hormone reduction documented through regular meditation. Telomere preservation indicating cellular level anti-aging effects. Blood pressure normalization through specific breathing practices. Heart rate variability improvement, indicating nervous system balance. Frontal lobe activation during concentration meditation practices. Parietal lobe quieting during experiences of expanded consciousness. Default mode network deactivation during advanced meditation states. Immune system enhancement through regular yogic practice. Inflammation reduction measured through biochemical markers. Nervous system regulation through specific pranayama techniques. Sleep architecture improvement in long-term meditation practitioners. Neurotransmitter optimization through regular spiritual practice. Neuroplasticity enhancement, allowing positive mental transformation. Pain perception alteration through meditation techniques. Cognitive enhancement documented in various mental functions. Attention span expansion through concentration practices. Emotional regulation improvements measured through various tests. Recovery acceleration from various physical and psychological conditions. Bioelectrical measurements. Confirming yogic descriptions of subtle energy. Quantum correlation with ancient yogic understanding of consciousness. Field effects between meditators documented in laboratory settings. Placebo amplification through directed intention and belief. Psychophysiological integration. Validating yogic unity of mind and body. Measurable benefits confirming ancient yogic claims with modern instruments. Spiritual psychology, understanding the mind. Consciousness levels described with precision in yogic psychology. Mental modifications identified and categorized systematically. Thought patterns analyzed according to their subtle effects. Subconscious purification through specific yogic techniques. Memory transcendence achieved through higher awareness. Habit formation understood as energy channels in consciousness. Mental liberation from compulsive thought patterns. Superconscious perception developed through meditation. Intuitive knowing distinguished from intellectual understanding. Ego transcendence through systematic spiritual practice. Identity shifting from body-mind to cosmic consciousness. Witness consciousness developed through meditation practice. Psychological integration of shadow aspects through awareness. Emotional transmutation of negative feelings into positive qualities. Psychic healing through directed life energy. Mental clarity achieved through regular thought observation. Concentration development through systematic practice. Attention control mastered through specific techniques. Memory enhancement through increased mental focus. Creative inspiration tapped through intuitive awareness. Psychological balance naturally developing through spiritual practice. Emotional resilience strengthened through inner stability. Mental quieting achieved through specific meditation methods. Thought observation without identification or judgment. Inner freedom discovered through non-attachment to mental processes. Consciousness expansion beyond ordinary mental limitations. Psychological wholeness emerging from spiritual practice. Self-actualization naturally occurring through yogic development. Habit transformation through conscious awareness and energy redirection. Complete psychology addressing all levels of human consciousness. Devotional aspects. The path of divine love. God communion experienced directly through devotional practice. Divine Mother relationship cultivated through specific visualization. Cosmic Father perceived as infinite intelligence and consciousness. Heart opening through cultivation of devotional qualities. Bhakti development alongside intellectual understanding. Unconditional love awakened through spiritual practice. Divine romance between soul and spirit cultivated through meditation. Sacred chanting awakening heart energy through sound vibration. Devotional prayer. Establishing personal relationship with divine. Emotional purification through surrender to higher guidance. Surrender. Practice releasing ego control to divine will. Spiritual longing cultivated as motivating force for practice. Sacred worship balancing scientific meditation techniques. Divine communion felt as tangible presence during devotion. Heartfelt yearning accelerating spiritual progress through intensity. Emotional transmutation. Transforming human love into divine love. Devotional tears releasing deeper levels of feeling and attachment. Sacred relationship with Guru as divine channel. Spiritual receptivity developed through devotional qualities. Divine grace attracted through sincere devotional practice. Heart sanctuary created through regular devotional meditation. Emotional intelligence developed through spiritual refinement. Love expansion beyond personal attachment to universal love. Devotional absorption experienced as spiritual intoxication. Divine presence felt tangibly through heart attunement. Sacred intimacy with God discovered through meditation. Spiritual ecstasy experienced through devotional surrender. Heart awakening opening intuitive perception of divine reality. Love magnetism, attracting higher spiritual influences naturally. Complete devotion as direct path to ultimate realization. The Spiritual Seeker's Guide. Practical application. Daily practice forms the foundation of all spiritual progress. Morning meditation establishes spiritual attunement for the day. Energization exercises prepare the body for deeper spiritual practice. Concentration development through systematic attention training. Meditation depth increased gradually through regular practice. Evening reflection. Reviewing the day's lessons and experiences. Spiritual diary recording insights and experiences for later reflection. Balanced schedule incorporating spiritual practice into daily life. Dietary wisdom supporting physical foundation for spiritual growth. Energy conservation through moderate lifestyle and habits. Sleep regulation. Balancing rest with spiritual wakefulness. Sexual discipline transmuting creative energy for spiritual development. Thought watchfulness throughout daily activities and interactions. Speech awareness using words consciously and constructively. Emotional balance maintained through regular spiritual practice. Service orientation. Expressing spiritual growth through helping others. Regular retreats. Deepening practice through intensive periods. Spiritual community providing support and motivation. Teacher guidance seeking counsel for challenges on the path. Scripture study for intellectual understanding of spiritual principles. Devotional cultivation. Developing heart qualities alongside mental discipline. Balanced approach. Integrating head and heart for complete development. Self-analysis. Honestly examining strengths and weaknesses. Progressive transformation. Accepting gradual nature of spiritual growth. Patience cultivation with personal challenges and limitations. Perseverance. Development through consistent practice despite obstacles. Environmental awareness creating supportive surroundings for spiritual life. Relationship harmony applying spiritual principles in daily interactions. Work transformation. bringing spiritual awareness to professional life. Complete integration of spiritual principles into all aspects of daily living. The Immortal Legacy, continuing inspiration. Spiritual Autobiography continues inspiring seekers decades after publication. Worldwide recognition as one of the most influential spiritual books ever written. Cultural impact extending far beyond specifically religious audiences. Scientific validation of yogic claims originally viewed as fantastic. Meditation mainstreaming largely due to Yogananda's pioneering efforts. Spiritual organizations following his model for balancing ancient and modern. Literary masterpiece combining spiritual wisdom with engaging narrative. Cinematic adaptation bringing his story to even wider audiences. Academic recognition in religious studies and consciousness research. Philosophical bridge connecting Eastern and Western spiritual traditions. Scientific collaboration between yogic practitioners and research institutions. Medical acceptance of meditation benefits for physical and mental health. Educational adoption of concentration techniques for learning enhancement. Corporate integration of mindfulness practices in business settings. Psychological incorporation of yogic principles in therapeutic approaches. Cultural transformation toward greater spiritual awareness in daily life. Religious broadening beyond denominational boundaries to universal principles. Practical spirituality demonstrating harmony of material and spiritual progress. Accessible wisdom presented clearly for both simple and scholarly minds. Living inspiration for seekers across generations and cultural boundaries. Expanding influence. Reaching new populations through translations. Organizational perpetuation. Ensuring teachings remain available for centuries. Global movement connecting seekers across international boundaries. Spiritual pilgrimage sites drawing visitors from around the world. Continuing guidance felt by practitioners through inner communion. Divine promise fulfilled through ongoing spiritual awakening worldwide. Evolutionary acceleration through widespread adoption of meditation practices. Consciousness. Revolution quietly transforming human awareness globally. Universal spirituality transcending religious divisions and cultural barriers. Eternal testament to the heights human consciousness can achieve. Divine consciousness, the ultimate reality. Cosmic awareness transcending all limitations of individual consciousness. Divine omnipresence experienced directly rather than conceptually understood. Universal mind recognized as the source of all individual awareness. Eternal existence beyond birth and death realized through meditation. Pure consciousness as the foundation of all created reality. Infinite intelligence operating through all levels of manifestation. Divine wisdom accessible through intuitive perception. Spiritual omniscience regarding matters pertinent to one's path. Perfect love embracing all creation without conditions. Cosmic vibration perceived as the underlying reality of physical matter. Divine light seen as the essence of all manifested forms. Eternal joy experienced independent of external circumstances. Perfect peace transcending all worldly disturbances. Absolute existence beyond relative perceptions of duality. Ultimate reality directly perceived through expanded consciousness. Cosmic harmony underlying apparent chaos and conflict. Divine perfection recognized even within earthly imperfection. Spiritual freedom from all karmic bondage and limitation. Eternal nature of soul realized through direct experience. Divine essence recognized as one's true identity. Absolute truth perceived directly beyond intellectual concepts. Perfect bliss as natural state of expanded awareness and infinite potential realized through spiritual awakening. Divine union experienced as perfect oneness with cosmic consciousness. Spiritual completion fulfilling the soul's eternal quest. Ultimate purpose of human existence realized through self-knowledge. Perfect attunement with divine will and cosmic purpose. Universal connection with all beings through shared consciousness. Divine recognition of God in every face and form. Complete realization of humanity's spiritual destiny. The call to awakening. Personal invitation. Inner yearning for deeper meaning exists within every human heart. Divine potential awaits conscious awakening in each individual. Spiritual heritage belongs equally to every person regardless of background. Sacred science offers practical methods for direct divine experience. Meditation invitation extended to all sincere seekers of truth. Personal transformation available through specific spiritual techniques. Divine communion possible for anyone willing to make the effort. Spiritual experimentation encouraged rather than blind belief. Practical results promised to those who practice diligently. Inner guidance available to all who learn to listen within. Universal path transcending religious and cultural boundaries. Spiritual awakening as the natural evolution of human consciousness. Direct experience rather than theological belief as the goal. Personal verification of spiritual truths through meditation. Divine relationship cultivated through specific yogic practices. Spiritual liberation attainable within a single lifetime. Accelerated evolution through specific meditation techniques. Complete fulfillment discovered within rather than without. Inner journey. Revealing treasures beyond material wealth. Spiritual transformation from human to divine consciousness. Perfect satisfaction found only in direct divine communion. Timeless invitation to discover your true divine nature. Cosmic citizenship transcending limited human identity. Divine birthright of unlimited consciousness awaiting discovery. Sacred promise that sincere effort brings certain success. Spiritual journey beginning with the first step of sincere practice. Divine assurance that the path leads to ultimate realization. Perfect fulfillment of the soul's eternal quest for meaning. Divine completion of the cosmic cycle of evolution. Spiritual homecoming to eternal divine consciousness. ThriveX, where growth begins.